The concept of Arcuate Lines came in basically from thoughts about surgeons being contained by their geographical limits and not having access either to hear, see, or to share, to say to others beyond their own political or geographical units. So for people in the US or in Europe, it is probably not very easy to conceive of this. But trust me, if you go further and further away from your apex, get to real world, and this is a genuine problem, not for those who are barely struggling to survive, but for those who want to do better, who want to learn, who want to actually show their work or their worth. So this becomes a major issue, and it doesn't help if all of us just have geographical boundaries and carry the flags of our own associations and say, this is only for people of this society or that organization. So this just led to more and more thinking and talking with people who have experience and a worldview. So somebody like Jan Kukleta of Switzerland. Jan has probably spent upwards of 4 decades traveling the world as a hernia expert, and he is an absolute global figure today. And discussions with various people led to this thought that maybe we should have a platform, an e-platform even, where surgeons from anywhere in the world can just pitch in and they can express their thoughts, and that could be completely scientific, quasi-scientific or quasi-clinical, or completely non-clinical, as long as other surgeons would want to hear, watch, or read. So with that in mind, we just started off and we have many of us involved already, and we look forward to having more and more people involved. This is just the beginning. And one of our key leaders in this effort is Charlotte Horn, who's executive editor of Arcuate Lines. So please take over, Charlotte, and we're all waiting to hear you speak.
Well, absolutely. I first want to thank Ramana for inviting me to participate with this project, and B, everybody that works so hard and so tirelessly in the background in order to really present a just fantastic piece of work. And what it is a real opportunity for all of us hernia surgeons across the world to unite. And I think, just as Ramana said, when you are taking care of patients, you wanting to improve, there are some things that you would never be exposed to just because of your geographic region. And there are things that you might be struggling with that someone has found an answer to. And so especially as, we are limited in interacting now because of COVID and all of the restrictions, what a wonderful opportunity we have to share our ideas, share our learning experiences, and really kind of unite hernia surgeons across the world so we can increase the amount of data that's out there for people, as well as increase the community and increase the camaraderie among hernia surgeons so they can reach out and say, hey, I saw that you did this. Tell me more. How do I learn? So that everybody is just improving and progressing, and we're just sharing all of the ideas together. So it's been very exciting. It's just such an honor to have so many other hernia societies being willing to participate. And I think one of the unique things about this is it's not straight just data, publications, all that stuff. It's really kind of the real life experience of people and of hernia surgeons, and them sharing their ideas, sharing their struggles, sharing how they've learned. And it also gives a platform for a significant number of people that maybe have not had one before to share what they've learned and share their practice so that everyone can learn from them. So I think it's going to be a very exciting thing going forward. I think it's an opportunity for people to connect in ways that they have not before, and really just to kind of share a whole bunch of information in a way that is unique, and it's friendly, and It is just a wonderful opportunity to participate with such a group of people that are behind this project, that are wanting to work hard to, share, to push the envelope, to disseminate all of this information so that everybody can get better. And it's just been wonderful to work with everybody on this project, and it looks fantastic. And I'm very excited for the next article or edition to come out, as we are now starting already to get more content. It's going to be exciting.
No Sundays for us, Charlotte. All right. So should I just take everyone through the outline of how the issue has come through? I think I'll just try and show this. Yeah, can you see it?
Yes.
All right. So now I just flip the pages like this. All right. So this is our cover page, and then we have a page of content, and all of this contents, all of these are clickable. So if you click here, you'll go to the Reinpold story or whichever else. We have the first page as an editorial, and we have the team on the left and the social media handle. The cover story is the section called What's Hot. And this is an interview with Mike Rosen that was more than an hour long. And I think pretty much it was an unplugged interview, sort of. So if you have time, go and click the link here, and you will go into the full video interview. And the initial transcript is here in case you just want to get a feel of what the interview was all about. I think it goes into some really amazing things about complex hernia surgery. And before you have an opinion about it, I think you should read this and actually hear the full interview. And we will do these surgeon spotlight articles every issue. So it may be a surgeon who is as prominent as Rosen, or it could be somebody who is doing something which other people do not know, or as many people do not know and should. Okay. And so we have our own geniuses who create content like this. So this illustration was created by Katrak, who's our surgeon from Abu Dhabi, along with our designer. So Wolfgang Reinpold has some important contributions in the evolution of retromuscular hernia repair. And this came after he read the retromuscular hernia, detailed history of retromuscular ventral hernia repairs, which we published recently. I think we published in World Journal of Surgery. And then he had more to say about Milos and E-Milos. I said, knock yourself out and teach us about the evolution of this and what you have been doing. So we have a section called Art of Surgery, and Danny Rosen is in charge of that. So he starts with a very cool article about how to use your iPhone or any other phone and get good quality content which you can share with others, whether as part of your in OR documentation or as part of your social media sharing with other surgeons. And in the Art of Surgeries, Ashwin Bawa talks about his pet stuff, which is all tech related. These young surgeons are crazy advanced in levels of technology, apps, and making work easier. I think a lot of us older ones need to learn from them. And Charlotte then has her editorial, which talks about how do we actually redefine the way we look at recurrence or outcomes, which is a failure. So this is an important corollary to the cover story of Mike Rosen's recurrence article. And I think this will kind of open your mind as to how to look at this. Now, beyond surgery, there's a section where we take you through exercise, training, rehab, travel, and what have you. So we have this by Alex Salkin, who is a certified instructor, and he gives you some easy hacks. All of these have to be really practical and applicable in your life. So that section is going to be all about this. And now this is a truly spectacular article, and hopefully a series of articles for surgeons as to where you want to take it. I mean, where do you want to go in your life? So Jose Castello is a very prominent plastic surgeon. He's the head of the department in a hospital in Madrid, and he is a world-class wildlife photographer, not just of birds, but of animals, not just of animals, but also of uh, the marine life. So he goes into the bottom of the ocean and he takes incredible pictures, and he writes textbooks of birds and all that. So it's a totally different level, and he continues to be a surgeon. So obviously there is something very interesting about such a person, and we should be able to learn from him. So our Australian friends have a very strong position on registries, and they are preaching to us about why we should go into registries. And obviously this from the distance looks, oh, it's boring, but it's not boring. It is very interesting. Take the time to read this article. It'll take you just 1 minute to read it, and you will see why you should get into registries. So the Harvard team led by Charu Paranjpe, they are very keen to partner with us in Arcuate Lines. And the uh, article here is about a young surgeon from Meerut in Uttar Pradesh, who is now going to be one of the superstars of the medical world, and a small story about his journey and what he thinks has helped him reach this point. So for young surgeons, what can completely transform your life? This could be just an example that sparks an inspiration. And we have more in the trend section. Our young leaders and contributors will keep giving us things to look at, and that should be pretty interesting. And all of this is relevant because Ahem's article is on some really blockbuster talks which we had with Anzor. Like Javier had his double component separation talk, and then we had Bruce Ramshaw, Ajita Prabhu, and Benjamin Poulos talking about their topics on data, etc. And Vishaka outlines a brief experience in Madrid with Miguel Garcia Urenia and his team. And British Hernia Society President Ali Sheen talks about EHS Manchester and what it would offer surgeons. And we have this as a regular test your gaps. So there'll be a few quiz questions, and any mistakes are all mine. So please direct your hate to me because I did this. And of course, this is the last page, the back page. And we have all the organizations who have supported us. They are here. And since the time this was designed, we have had another 5 more, and it's going to continue. We want everybody to be in it and everybody to own it. So that's it as far as the inaugural issue is concerned. And now I'm absolutely happy to hear whoever is in here for comments and critique. And this is absolutely open. So please go ahead and speak. Danny, would you like to say something?
Hi, good morning. This is 4 a.m. here in Israel, so I'm not fully awake, but I think the global energy and global adrenaline that you spread around makes me wide awake, actually, and I congratulate you and all the wonderful team, and good luck to all of us.
Okay. Chris Hensman, let's go to a part of the world where people are more awake. Chris Hensman and Alex Kartasas.
Yeah, hi, Rama. Hi, Rama, and everyone who's on live. This is a fantastic initiative. Much aside from the all of the academic stuff and the hernia-related stuff, I think one of the things we need to be aware of and conscious is about work-life balance. And I think as surgeons, we can get a little bit caught in the trap of what we're passionate about work-wise, but then neglect some of our, possibly our work-life balance. And I think, Rama, you're bringing in, photography and life matters. Other than that, I recommend also a segment on wine tasting, or your favorite topic, which is the single malt whiskey, of course, for which Australia, though a latecomer, is making massive inroads. And I think my friend Alex Karatassis would be able to contribute meaningfully. If you're looking for Australian wines, he's the aficionado. He has 5,000 bottles. I don't know when he's ever going to finish drinking them, but I think I congratulate you on this. It's very broad, and thank you very much for all your energies that has resulted in this initiative, and I congratulate you, and hopefully look forward to many more versions to come. Thank you.
Okay, so Alex, do you have anything to say, or you would want to stay quiet? Alex is a very self-effacing person. He's a brilliant surgeon and a teacher, but he won't let you know it.
Thank you, Rama. Look, I just want to congratulate the Arcuate Lines team for what I think will be a very good initiative, an important initiative to promote better outcomes for hernia surgery, both simple and complex hernia. So well done to both you and the rest of the team. I think this is going to go far. So well done and congratulations.
Yeah, please keep contributing. So that would be an important proviso to what you said. So guys, our much awaited inaugural Zoom meeting got hacked and became a little too interesting and intense over the last minute, and we had to kill it, and we had to delete the video as well. So that's what I'm saying. Arcuate Lines is going to make your life more interesting. and we are back now, hopefully in more safer and more conservative mood. So let's hear from all of you who are here. And I see Luis Fernandez, our friend from Mexico, right? That's how you should pronounce it, Mexico.
Mexico.
Okay, so please share your thoughts. What's happening?
Thank you, Ram. I've never been a very positive person, but after this pandemic, I've learned to see the silver lining in all the stuff that goes around in my life. And this is a very nice silver lining, because I am sure that without the pandemic, Arcuate Lines, maybe it wouldn't have existed. And look at us, we are thousands of miles apart, many time zones apart. It's 8:30 in the night here in Mexico. We are here where I am in the mountains of Querétaro, my home state. We are like 35 degrees Fahrenheit. And this is a silver lining, because we are like a brotherhood, an hernia brotherhood that I chat with Ram via WhatsApp. When I am in the morning, he's almost getting ready to sleep. And I have two of my friends, very dear friends, hernia surgeons from Mexico, Ricardo and Alex. And we are in 2 cities apart. No, I am in Querétaro, Alex is in Monterrey, and Ricardo is in Mexico City. And we are
Ricardo is here.
Yeah, and Ricardo is an excellent photographer, surgical photographer. Okay. Yeah, like you. So this is a very nice silver lining. The journal looks beautiful, and imagine what we are doing here in our laptops, being many miles apart. Imagine what we can do and we will do when we meet somewhere in the world, no, in a surgical conference or in a surgical congress. So thank you, Ram, and I am very, very happy. I am very blessed to be with all of you, and I am going to continue searching for the silver lining for today, for the rest of my life.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So anyone who wants to talk is most welcome, because I think it's just all of us surgeons, and we don't have people that came in last time. So Pramod Shinde and Ramesh Punjani are two dear friends who are surgical thought leaders in India. And I basically, I think everyone would like to hear what you have to say. And in general, you can make comments.
Well, Ramana, the Arcuate Lines is awesome. It is fantastic. And it has really struck a chord in my heart, because I believe that surgeons are much more than just a surgeon. We are all multi-talented, multifaceted people. But as surgeons, we tend to ignore or suppress or not give enough importance and time to the different facets of life that we have. And they come out only on occasions, when we get together or when in our spare time. And we really don't give so much importance to that. And we, in fact, discount our other talents, trying to keep our surgery as the main, which it is, obviously. But I have always believed that the other facets of our life have a bearing on who we are as a surgeon. Music, for example, art, for example, has a bearing even on our surgery, even on our thinking, even in our the way we live and express ourselves as surgeons. So that has been very, very nicely, elegantly, and beautifully brought out in this magazine, and I loved it, and it is going to give absolute expression to all the other facets of who we are as surgeons and the human beings that we are. My congratulations to you and to our entire team who has come out with this beautiful magazine. It's a life-changing experience looking at it and reading all those articles. Even if just glancing at some of them, we have not been able to finish reading it. It has changed something within us. So, in fact, I'm glad to be here at this part of time and history and be a part of all this. Thanks.
Thanks. Okay. So, Ramesh, are you here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
So I think this Arcuate line has been in the minds of Ramanna for quite some time. He, in fact, some time back he said we should do something like this, but eventually it did materialize, and it was a brainchild of you, Ramanna. And then it was, of course, supported by the entire AWRSC, and it's pretty comprehensive. A lot of things are there inside. And Arcuate line is a very important landmark on abdominal wall, and I'm sure that this is also going to be a very important landmark in the history of hernia surgery. Wherever 100 years or 200 years down the line, somebody will write on it. I think there will be a mention of this in the history. So thank you, Ramanna. And entire AWRSC actually like a rock. They work very hard, and they've come out with a beautiful piece of magazine, and which I think it's going to really change the lives of us. Thank you.
All right, Sharad, I think the floor is yours, and we can conclude after what you say.
Thank you, Ramanna. I think it's time to end the meeting, and I have a specific job, that is to recognize or to give a vote of thanks. Obviously, my first thank you goes to Ramanna for his name. You must know that the name Arcuate Line was given by Ramanna, and all the ideas were mainly his. He has given the shape, he has matured the whole idea, and he finally came up with a jewel of a PDF that you see right now. I would like to thank Charlotte also for all her academic ideas and contributions. She was like a very silent but a very solid support to the whole magazine. You have heard Dr. Shinde with all his wisdom. So I think Dr. Shinde's wisdom was always welcome. He was in full support as one of the senior most members of the Arcuate Line group. Dr. Punjani, of course, was always ready with his checkbook as the AWRSC president, and I think that checkbook helped us in many ways. Danny, with his brilliant, canny ideas and comments, always kept our group alive and gave wonderful suggestions for us to follow. Dr. Kanagavel should not be forgotten. He is the academic Superman, and he always had thoroughly researched suggestions that we could take up. The logo that you see, the wonderful logo, is a contribution of Dr. Anmol Ahuja, and we would definitely thank him for the wonderful logo that he will be remembered for. The video that you had seen has been contributed by Dr. Mirzban Katrak, and you have already seen his other wonderful caricatures. He is a surgeon from Abu Dhabi, and he's a wonderful contributor to this Arcuate Line group. The thanks would go incomplete if I would not say that to Rahul, Jignesh, Deepak, Prem, Ahem, Vishaka, Prasad, and Somaya for their wonderful backup performance, or backstage performance rather. Bharat Upadhyay is one guy who should be mentioned in bold letters, if I could use that in speech, for his unconditional toil and expertise that he has given. He's the guy who has given us all the wonderful designs and print sets which you are seeing here, Mr. Bharat Upadhyay. We have the whole webmaster team from the Shuling Corp, that is Rohit, Nitesh, and Neha, who have been contributing, and they will be our backbone in the days to come when you see the arcuateline.com website. All the supporting societies and their presidents cannot go unmentioned, and I really thank them. They will help us raise our quality and standard of publications. And at the end, I would like to thank all the contributors, because without the contributors, this magazine would be nothing. And I think that is the end of my word of thanks. If there is anything else to be said, then please go ahead, Dr. Ramana.
Right. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And then we get to work for the next issue and for sharing this one.